Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully the stream is up and running, and welcome everybody to Z10 versus Iron Wolves. Sena here, and I'm gonna be casting with my friend Cofi now. Let's see if the stream
Hello
is
guys,
live.
what's up?
There we go, Cofi looking as young as usual. I love it.
You see this guy? You see this guy? Number one good guy.
Number one good guy. So yeah, today, Cofi, we're playing versus Wolves, and there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Which is really important while people show up. I've been wanting to ask you how many games of Z10 did you cast?
This is my third time.
Okay, and the first two times was it Valorant, right?
No, it was a League of Legends.
Oh, okay. What is the win rate? Do you remember?
2 wins in a row. It was against Team Eska, and the second one is Devil Ones.
Okay,
Both of them we won.
Yeah,
So the first was slightly not so good, to be honest. We had some few mistakes that almost lead us to lose, but the second game it was like perfect. Everything was perfect. We had one misplay on middle when our support ADC and middle died, but after that everything was really perfect. They just clean everything on the lanes, get objectives, and after that they just finished the game. So it was pretty much easy for them. The first one against Eska, it was really a tough one. Many mistakes. I think it was a misunderstanding. Some calls should not be called, but never mind. Everything is okay. There's lots of games. The most important thing is that we are winning, and that's all. We are waiting that Agorog, so I really hope that we are gonna win them. Our team says that the only concern is that team. So, China, as we can see, we are in ban selection at this moment. We are waiting just maybe 20 more seconds and we are good to go.
Oh yeah, we jumped right in. Everybody on stream can see that we are there. So we're on champ select. We can see Lucian and Annie actually already getting removed. Now we did talk a lot about whether Annie's gonna be open or if she's gonna get banned. She is getting removed quite often, but I still feel like Sebek doesn't really need Annie to carry. I just think it's something that he has a lot of impact on, but still not something that he must play. Lucian and Wukong are gonna get removed. Viego is something that I expect to see as well now with the meta, at least in the jungle, being mostly those two picks, and then after those two, it's whatever else you can get. So I'm expecting Viego to be banned or picked. Zeri as well is really strong, and I'm kind of curious to see when Velvet is gonna be available. But you can see Yumi being removed now. Do you think Viego is gonna get banned, or do you think it's gonna stay open?
I think it's gonna be stay open. They're gonna just play on Twitch. I think they will just leave many counters for Twitch, so VZC can later on pick it, maybe play it with Rakan or maybe Naut on the bottom, and try to lurk again and win every single fight as we've seen before.
Yeah, we see Senna being removed as well, and Senna is actually one of the things that is pretty good against Twitch. If she can go into her shroud before, like when Twitch opens the ult and she goes into the shroud, Twitch actually can't shoot her, so it's pretty decent to just disengage, reset the fight, and just come back and deal the damage you need to do. So I feel like Senna and then Tam Kench, of course, on the bot lane is pretty annoying when you want to play Twitch. But yeah, Viego is open. Renata is actually banned. Viego Renata being quite powerful as well. And I feel like if Renata was open, then Viego would be such a powerful first, because you take Viego, then you can take Renata and Twitch, and then you have both that late game, hyper carry and then the Viego Renata combo. But we can see here Nautilus and then Corki, Haver, Mumush. I always like seeing their summoner spells. You can see Ignite and Teleport already being taken. So maybe Mumush, he already wants to play something, and I'm not really sure. I mean, Ignite's TP top lane tells me Sejuani. That's currently the strongest thing in the meta that runs Ignite TP. Camille is so and so, but we can see Corki actually being first picked, which is, I'm going to be pretty honest, kind of surprising.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I was talking with them early on, and they said that they like to play Azir on middle, but they think that maybe Corki AP is much more powerful for team fights and everything. As we can see now, the enemy team Wolf, they took Naut and Twitch, so at this point, I really want to know what VZZ will play against that powerful combo.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Zeri, but we're gonna see what their plan is. Either way, I do expect to see that Sejuani, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got picked, honestly, right away. Maybe just even pick up, your jungler and then the Seju top lane as well, because right now I feel like when somebody picks Sejuani, it's not really a question of maybe she's going to be jungle. I think now if you see Seju, you know she's going to be top lane. Ryu hovering that Diana, and I'm not sure if he really wants to play it or he just kind of flexing with his white champion pool. But Leona is actually going to get locked in. Leona into Nautilus, and Twitch is pretty powerful. I feel like she can connect that Zenith Blade next to the Dredge line, go on the Twitch open with the ult as well, and Twitch shouldn't be able to survive all that much. I feel like a late game as well. One Leona chain CC combo into a quirky big rocket should be enough to kill the rat. And now is a question of, are we picking our jungler here? Are we taking Viego, or is it just going to be Sejuani for top lane? Maybe something else here. Volibear. If it's Volibear, I'd like to see Volibear jungle and then pick Seju top, because the thing is we can see the summoner spells, but Wolves can't, right? So we're just guessing Sejuani based off of that. And Wolves, they don't know, so it still could be a Seju top lane, which I feel it could be a really powerful combo.
The thing is, I want to see AP Volibear on top and Seju in jungle. That would be awesome, you know?
Okay, I mean, I feel like both would work, because imagine, like, Twitch, like, what can he do when you have, like, 3 super tanky Bisons just running into you with so much CC as well? I think it's really difficult for Twitch to actually play his game, and he can't one-shot everybody. Twitch is really powerful when he's playing into squishy opponents. But
it's going to be really tough for him in future fights, because they can easily just CC him and just clean him from the fight. So I think he won't survive. Maybe now he's going to play much more close to Twitch and try to somehow distance them from him. But either way, I think he's going to be smashed from our team. So let's see what's going to VZZ and Wojtusz take. I really wanna see maybe some Jinx. What you think about that? Jinx on the bottom with Leona.
I think it's a pretty big question. Depends what you wanna do here. I like Ezreal a lot. I think Ezreal is something that would work really well because of the way they wanna play team fights. Now, if you see the banned Draven, and the reason why you banned Draven next to, Draven just being so strong in the lane, if you imagine Leona going on Twitch, Corki throwing the rocket, Draven can just ult on top of that, and it's really easy to follow up with the damage, right? And then the thing is, Ezreal does the same. Ezreal can just stay super far in the back. If Leona hits Twitch, Ezreal just ults immediately, and then you have anything else following up the Twitch. He's most likely gonna die here. Lilia just running back into the meta as fast as she normally is. He's gonna get locked in here most likely now. Viego was banned, and then Kalista as well, a very powerful early game AD carry that works pretty well with the Leona now. Ooh, I hope they pick Lee Sin. Yeah, okay, they pick Lee Sin. I'm happy. I'm happy to pick Lee Sin, because I really don't think Lee Sin is that great in the current meta. With the scaling, with the fact that the games last a lot longer than they used to, I feel like that Lee Sin really struggles to find his place in the current meta. And maybe he can do like a flash kick, maybe he can make a play, but to be completely honest, I feel like, if that's all you do in the current meta as a jungler and you still fall off, it's not as good. And now we can see VZZ locking that Aphelios. Wojtusz is not gonna go Nami. I'm still expecting that Sejuani, but we're gonna see, because if Mumush goes Seju and he goes full tank, he never dies. GP is so risky. Like, they can go for it, but I think it's too risky, and I think they have enough damage. They went for the GP. I was really hoping to see Seju. It's still a fine pick. I just think it's a lot more risk involved, because now Twitch can one-shot 3 out of 5 of our picks.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If GP get fed, and we know Mumush is just gonna farm, get 2 items, and after that, after just Essence River, that's it. One shot. Anyone. Like, okay, maybe not now, but every other person he can one-shot after getting 100% of critical strike on him. So we're going to see that Ornn is going to be picked on their top. So it's going to be a tough matchup there. I don't expect first blood on the top, to be honest.
No,
at least not from our team.
It's strange, honestly. Like, I was thinking, what is the reason why we wouldn't go Sejuani? And the only thing I was thinking about is it's because they can counter it with GP. Right, because they can go GP into Seju, they can just get that free skill. Seju, she's fine into GP, but I still feel like he gets that free skill. And then we picked Gameplay and they took Ornn. And now our GP has free skill. Not, like, Ornn is not gonna kill him. He's annoying. He's a tank, right? He can take a lot of damage, but like, let's be honest, Ornn is not really killing anybody unless you really make a mistake. He takes, and he will take that Summoner Spellbook. He's gonna take that Ignite at some point as well. And We're gonna see most likely, just both of the top laners farming and scaling up now. Of course, Ornn is gonna scale into that tankiness with the Master Forge items as well, and then GP is gonna scale into one-shotting everybody, of course, depending on Momush's build, which I'm not really sure. You mentioned the Essence Reaver. That is one of the options, the most fun, I would say, if he goes for that, full one-shot insane crit build. We also see like Trinity Force Collectors. We see sometimes Divine Thunders, which into Ornn is pretty decent, but I don't feel like it's going to be that well into the rest of the team. So we're going to see, but I'm just going to jump really fast into their studio segment just to show the crowd vote, and it's 88% towards 0-10.
Yeah. Yesterday it was like 87, something like that. But let's be honest, it was 100% of win rate on Zero Tenacity. But okay, that was totally fine. I mean, you need to give them some percent, just not. How can we properly say that, but not offend anyone? You can give someone a try, but we know the final result. So hopefully we're gonna see Z10 winning the 4th game in a row. At this moment we are on the 3 games, 3 win games in a row. So hopefully we're gonna see a 4th. So what do you think, Shaina, after watching so many streams, Z10, what do you think? Who's gonna win this time?
Well, I feel like our draft is pretty well built around pretty much our carries. We do have the Aphelios and we have the Gangplank as well. So, you have those picks that work really well into the later stages of the game. But then at the same time, I really like Volibear with the fact that most of the top tier junglers are banned. Not much was left open. And I feel like after Wukong and after Viego, Volibear just shines because he enables you to do so many things early on into the game. He enables you to dive turrets, which, after the changes, now the turrets kill you in like 3 shots. Being able to turn them off and actually set up a dive, I feel is a really huge thing. So I like her draft more, and not to mention, I stand behind this. I really do not think Lee Sin is a good pick right now. Sure, he can make some picks. Sure, he can kick, like flash kick, whatever, but there's so many other junglers that do like 10 times more than that Lee Sin, and Lee Sin without his flash is pretty much like not that viable. He's not going to do all that much. Now we are jumping right into the game, and we see here Z10 scouting said that Wolves are going to invade for a red side ward. Now we're going to see if they're going to walk up and maybe try to get something done. We're jumping into the game, and
at this point, we see that the team Wolf don't want to invade. They're just gonna move back to blue. Our team is waiting for camps and trying maybe to see if enemy team is gonna make some mistake and find that first blood. But everyone is gonna be passive. They're gonna just take buffs and go to the lanes.
Yeah, we can see Ryu rocking a really cool skin. I'm not really sure which one it is, but it looks amazing. And as far as the runes go as well, Sabix Momush going for that first strike. I really like first strike. I think it gives you so much more gold, and you still get a little bit of extra damage from it as well. But of course, that extra gold on scaling champions can mean so much on the bot side of the map. VZ with that Presti attack to burst down the first target. We're going to see if they're going to be able to engage on the Twitch, or if it's going to be something else. Meanwhile, Kakan is going to leash for his jungler, of course. As I said, top laner is going to be free scale for both of them. And, the only question in this situation is what top laner uses his free scale better. But, so far just expecting somewhat passive lanes. Wojtusz, of course, hoping for that level 2 so he can jump right onto the Twitch.
So at this point, we will see that Volibear is in our jungle on the bottom. So maybe he's going to try to do something. Maybe just show up on the bot. Maybe find some kill on enemy ADC. But at this point, VZZ is pushing a lot. Enemy team is under the turret, so they won't be able to do anything right now. Lee Sin is close, so maybe he's gonna try to help his team. He's moving to the blue. VZZ is close to the Lee Sin, and now we're gonna see maybe some first blood. There is an opportunity at this moment, but nothing's gonna happen. Lee is going back to the jungle. VZZ is going back to the lane, and nothing's gonna happen at this moment. I really do hope that maybe he's gonna find him later on and get that first blood and advantage on the bottom.
Yeah, I think what happened here is that Yashira and Bully were pushed in. so they couldn't really move to help their jungler. And you know, both Zeta knew where Lee Sin is, and at the same time, on the other hand, like Lee Sin knew that they're gonna invade his jungle. He just couldn't do anything about it. And you know, you just place that ward, make sure he's there just in case he's not cheesing anything. As I mentioned, Lee Sin needs to pull off something crazy early on into the game. So I think that's where Ryu is not contesting. You can see Ryu is always on the other side of the map. He's mirroring Lee Sin because he doesn't wanna. He has pressed the attack, he does a lot of damage. If he can wait for him in the brush, he's gonna kill him, but he's not gonna flip it, there's no reason to. But Ryu here, walking up top side, gonna go for Kakan here. Kakan did not dash yet, Ryu knows that, so he's just backing off here, forcing a ward, and that's it. As I mentioned, Ryu just fine, power farming, and just scaling up because that Volibear is going to do so much once he hits level 6. Of course, he can also use his ultimate to cancel Lee Sin ult, which is a very interesting interaction here. Momush is going to go onto Kakan. Ryu does have that summoner flash. They're probably going to double flash on him. They want that first blood. Kakan is going to flash downwards, but now he has nowhere to run. Ryu needs to do a little bit more damage. Can he do it? Is he going to chase here? The flashes are not available yet, and it seems like Raja here is going to show up and help his top laner. 2 flashes for 1, which is not quite ideal, but still pretty decent play up top side. And now we can expect Ryu to come back once he's 6 and just try to kill Kakan.
Yeah, that's true. At this moment, we have one more flash. So next time, I think they're gonna get them. It was really close for the first blood, but next time, I think our team is going to burst down that or maybe even Lee Sin together. As we can see now, it is on the middle, moving back to the bottom, trying maybe to ward something and make some visual because they have none vision on Drake and in our jungle, so they won't know when Volibear is gonna try to do something on the bottom. We see that Volibear is going there, waiting in the bush, so maybe we're gonna see the first blood on the bottom. What you think about that?
I think it's gonna be pretty hard considering that Twitch has both Flash and Cleanse, but maybe they can go Nautilus. I think ideally they would bait Nautilus to hook, and then, you know, if he hits that hook, then even if he flashes, he's not gonna be able to run away. So I think that would be the ideal play. Killing Twitch is gonna be pretty hard, but just forcing in summoners. If Ryu lands that stun, Twitch is instantly gonna flash, or rather Cleanse then flash, and now you have a Twitch without summoners pre-6, which should be pretty easy to kill. Now Ryu pretty patiently here waiting in that brush. We're gonna see if he decides to open up. If Nautilus is gonna face check, he's gonna get spotted, but the Dredgen is gonna connect, pulling him out of danger. And right now, nothing blown here. Ryu is just gonna go for the double golems. Lee Sin walking bottom side as well here. Kryja seems like he's gonna start up on the Drake, and Ryu is gonna take his double golem. So far, a pretty passive game, I would say. Ryu trying to make plays here and there, but so far, both teams are playing safe enough.
Yeah, we see that our team is always in the first making that mistake, not having any vision on the Drake and always leaving the first Drake for the enemy team. So at this point, Lee Sin is going to take the first Drake and just move back to the jungle, and bottom will go on the bot. So as you move on the middle, we see that Corki is dealing some damage to Akri, leaving to half HP. Same as Mumush, trying to do as much damage as he can on Ornn. At this moment, when JP has the ult, he can help any lane. So maybe we can see that Akri melting down. Ryu is going in the jungle, moving maybe on the middle, and maybe find something on that Akri. Akri is moving back. Lee Sin is close, so he can counter gank at any moment. As you spoke before, Lee is playing same like Ryu. They are mirroring in the jungle, moving closely but not seeing each other.
Yeah, we can see the list of current XP as well. Of course, supports are going to be on the very bottom, but it's pretty balanced up. Of course, Ryu was a little bit behind, considering that he spent a little bit more time in that lane just waiting for the opportunity to gank. Did not find anything, but he's going to catch up pretty fast to Kryja here. And now we're going to see both junglers about to hit level 6. Now, this is the part of the game where we could see some action. This is the part of the game where both junglers get their playmaking potential. Of course, Ryu getting that ultimate, being able to dive turrets, and on the other side, you know, Lee Sin getting that flash kick. He so desperately needs to make plays. Meanwhile, on the middle, Savix is just free farming. I feel like for us, mid lane is actually super bird if Savix just AFK farms. He's gonna outscale the Ahri completely. Ahri at level 6 is pretty dangerous when she gets her even Shroud. I hate when support Nautiluses do that. I'm not sure if you saw, but he's glitching out the hook animation, so you
Yeah.
can't actually see where he's winding up the hook to, and then you just have to predict, who he's gonna try to hook because he just comes out all weird. And yeah, something that I feel like needs to be fixed. But either way, VZ, of course, with his experience, he's gonna know what's going on and he's not gonna fall there. Now Ryu is gonna find Solius. Will he chase him down? He does have the ultimate Lee Sin connecting Q onto Sebix, but I don't think he's gonna follow up. Not yet. The Orn ult comes in. It's not gonna connect. Call of the Iron Forge God actually getting enough range on GP ult coming right in. Leona is gonna get hit. Solius falling quite low, 250 health on the Ari, but full on disengage is just gonna mean, I believe, a Herald for Iron Wolves. Meanwhile, VZ is gonna flash right onto Yashiro. Can VZ do it? No, Yashiro is gonna get that solo kill. Both AD carries running the cleanse, so no exhaust available. Meanwhile, Wojtush is gonna pick up a kill on Solius. Wojtush now getting hit by Lee Sin Q. Lee Sin still has a lot of damage. Ryu forced to hit that blast cone, shooting his support into the enemy's hands, and 2-1 for Iron Wolves here. Very unlucky VZ couldn't get that kill because Twitch can snowball the lane quite easily, and he just got the tools to do that.
Yeah, with his ult, he's just really a tough matchup against the BZZ at this moment, but we're gonna see in the late game, maybe BZZ can easily counter him and kill him. As you can see the replay, VZ is going really strong on him, dealing lots of damage, and just one more spell and he could get that first blood. We can see that the second kill was on Ahri, and also after that we got Herald. So for the middle fight, it was a good decision, getting one kill and a Herald as well.
Yeah, I guess he was still fine. We did get the Herald, as you said, and now Herald can be used to get pretty much the equivalent gold of one kill. VZZ, if he could just survive that expunge, pretty much he would have been more than fine, having a lot of sustained damage in comparison to the Twitch's burst, but still was not able to do just that. VZZ and Wojtush on the bottom side here, knowing that both AD carries still have that cleanse, means that, of course, Wojtush can just randomly ult and try to go in. And just looking at the bot lane as well, I feel like cleanse does a lot more for Twitch than it does for Aphelios. Aphelios' cleanse is going to be useful a bit later when Ahri goes aggressive, tries to hit that charm, tries to hit that Eva Shadowrun, or rather that Everfrost, and then just cleansing out of that. So yeah, in the lane not as useful.
Yeah, I think also they're playing just for the late game. So in early phase, they're just gonna try to get as much as they can CS, and after that, they're gonna try to win that late game. So at this point, when GP finally got that SS River, it's gonna be a huge now on the top. He can easily kill jungler if he comes up, but at this moment we see that enemy jungler is going on the bottom. Maybe they're gonna try to force something under the tower, but they're moving back.
Yeah, they saw Ryu there, so I think Volibear is there. He has flash, he has also, it's not a dive you want to take here. Wojtush, Hex flashing towards Kryja here, but we're not gonna see action most likely now. Z10 might want to leash that dragon, and Corki has package, and in competitive, whenever Corki picks up the package, it's a sign you want to contest the dragon, you want to fight for it, and hopefully set up something good for yourself, getting a lead there. But currently, both the junglers just dancing around the bot lane. Wojtush using that Hex slash, still not finding anything, and as much as you want to see it, no fights are going to happen yet. VZZ trying to poke a little bit. Sebix actually using his package to go onto the Jake, but a lot of damage is going to come right in onto VZ. He's cleansing, but there's nothing to cleanse in Twitch. He's just going to get that free kill. Wojtush needs to back off. Kryja is going to connect the Q onto Sebix, who might have to use his Summer Flash as well. The charm is not going to connect here. Leona will fall as well, and this is going to be 2 more kills for Iron Wolves. As I mentioned, the laning phase cleanse does nothing. He cleansed after he landed from the knockup. It's literally useless spell in lane. And it's really a problem because Twitch can just outrange you. So he just stands behind while Nautilus ult knocks you up and you just die as Aphelios. It's really hard to do anything in that situation.
Yeah, having a barrier or maybe a heal could help him much more than cleanse, but we will see what he got in mind. At this moment, we've seen that we lost 2 kills and 1 Drake on the bottom, so at this moment it's not really good for Team Zero Tenacity, but we're gonna see. Everything can be changed, especially this game. So as you can see, Yoshiro getting that kill on VZZ, dealing more damage on Wojtusz, and there it goes. 2 kills and 1 Drake.
Yeah, that is pretty unfortunate there. The Rift Herald is gonna get used. Topside assist pings here actually coming from the Or. Now they want to take the whole turret, they're gonna take 2 plates, and then the third one, that's for sure, but I feel like the last plate might be a little bit too tanky to get now that the third plating has activated, or rather the fortification buff. Meanwhile, Sebek still scaling up those rockets, not dealing as much damage yet, but as you mentioned very nicely, Cofi, that the fact is they're just playing for late game. You want Corki to get at least 2 items before you do anything. That's that Muramana and the Luden Zeko, level 11, and then past that point, Corki is going to have a much higher impact. Now, Twitch is a big problem in this game, that is for sure, and you know, we're going to need Ryu and Wojtusz being on point with their CC, with their hard engage. And hopefully they're going to be able to find something. Momush really wants to stop that recall. I feel like he's going to do it. He's going to take, like, I believe 2 or 3 third shots for it. But still, the recall has been stopped. And even though it's quite unlucky we lost the Dragon and it's 4-1, if you look at the gold lead, we're not really losing in gold. It's mostly because of the GP. Sure, he's getting a lot of money there. But Corki as well having decent farm. And then that first strike as well, I feel like he's helping us quite a bit there as well.
Yeah, the last 3 games... when we watch more Sebek's, what he's doing on the middle, he's just AFK farming, and that's it. He's waiting for his moment to shine. And when some fights comes up, he just blow up and find really good kills and help his team to win every single fight. So in this moment, he just need to farm, and that's it. Get the 2 items, as you said before, and after that, he will have his moment of shining. Enemy team Wolf is in our jungle, waiting for Corki.
Oh, we can
having
see
a vision
here.
on him.
Good damage coming in. I feel like Nautilus is completely out of place there. He does have flash, only that Hack Slash he cannot use, so this is gonna be quite nice for us as well. And we're gonna see once again what happened. Meanwhile, in the corner of screens, we can see the action coming in as it is, and Wojtusz just knowing exactly what's gonna happen, predicting with that Zenith Blade as well. Of course, they didn't have that word, and yeah, Wojtusz just played that perfectly. Of course, they can burst the Nautilus. That's one of the things you can do in this point of the game, because Nautilus, you know, he's tanky, but he's not a tank. That's something that's very important to spot as well, because she's just gonna die here. Shiro shooting that bullet, it's gonna go straight to base and find VZZ. Now we can see VZZ's health going down a little bit. Meanwhile, Sebek's trying to get some damaging onto Solius here. Solius, of course, not having that Everfrost still, and Momo is just completely killing that turret. The GP getting so much free farm, and he's gonna be quite strong for that fact alone. I mean, as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, if you pick Ornn into GP, it's a double scale lane, and you know, I mean, Ornn makes his teammates stronger. He gives them engage as well, but you know, GP is just a powerhouse 1 barrel, and that's it here. Now we can see Lee Sin maybe going on to Wojtusz. Wojtusz is pretty beefy as well. He does have the ultimate for the turn. GP ult comes right in as well. Wojtusz deciding not to throw his ult yet, but he wants to go in now. Wants to go in on the Ornn. Not really sure if that's the best call here. He's just gonna get melted. So really strange by Wojtusz. He didn't even ult there, so I'm not really sure what was happening there, but I feel like there was quite a lot of miscommunication. And meanwhile, on the bottom side, you can see where VZZ is standing. He can't go away from the turret because Twitch can literally just one-shot him.
I think they just wanted to trade Wojtusz for Herald, so that they can easily get more objectives and try to just push as much as they can, take the first inhibitor, and just turn the game on.
We can see here Ornn using that exhaust from the spellbook to slow down Ryu, and Ryu didn't really want to flash, didn't want to ult, so they just did not overchase that kill. Could have ulted, but doesn't really matter. As mentioned, we are playing for that late game. We are losing 3 kills, but as you can see, the gold lead is in our favor. Ahri and Sebek's on the top of the board as far as the XP goes. Of course, both the mid laners didn't really rotate too much, just sitting in the mid, getting that free farm are going to be quite dangerous. But as I mentioned, Ahri, once she hits that hyper late game, she is pretty much just set up, and now we might see a fight around this Drake. Both teams rotating towards it. You can see Mumush having that Prowler's Claw, so 2 items on GP, and this is going to be quite an explosive fight. They have to be careful for Sauli's setup. They have to be careful for Twitch opening up that spray and pray. We know how much damage that can do, and Momo's trying to set up a barrel here. Meanwhile, we see the fight going on to the Nautilus. Aria is going to go over the wall, hitting the charm onto Ryuzaki. Meanwhile, Kakan taking some damage as well. Ryu is going to be isolated alone. He does have to back off, and now Twitch is going to open from the right side, and that's going to be quite problematic here as well. Twitch opening with the ult, and this is going to be disastrous for us. Maybe here Momoshi actually landing a double barrel, but not enough damage there, and that's going to be one more kill. Kakan is barely going to survive here, and now they might turn onto Saulius, but we lost 3 members, so I feel like chasing anything after that really doesn't make any sense. Ryu gonna fall quite low here. One Lee Sin Q, but Momosh, so much damage coming from here. We can see that Gangplank really doing work here. Ryu not gonna connect the lightning bolts, and that's gonna be really unlucky. As I mentioned, Twitch got a completely free angle to fight there, and once again, not a good fight for us at all.
Yeah, that's true. They lost one more Drake, and they are now one Drake closer to the Soul. So having Ocean Drake Soul for your side, it's really good. So we're gonna see now again the replay. What's happening right now? Sebek is gonna be a meltdown in like no matter a second. Voyage is going down. Having only Mumush and Ryuzaki alive. Maybe if Ryu just tries somehow to move and get that Drake with a smite, but we're gonna see in later on what's gonna happen. Are they gonna try to not give them to get that soul? At this point, we don't know what's going on with communication and everything, as you said.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. I'm just trying to figure out here what would an ideal plan be here. Sebek's got his power spike. He has 2 items, so he's gonna do a lot. But it's really important we set up the fights properly, and I feel like that's something that we didn't really do, especially not in the Dragon fight as well, because a lot of cooldowns have been blown without quite actually getting anybody. We have to open up on Twitch. Sure, he has cleanse, sure he has flash, but we need to find where he is at least, so when he ults, our carries aren't in a position to get instantly one-shotted by him. Because he's gonna get his Kraken soon, and at that point he's gonna hurt quite a lot, so you need to make sure you know where that rat is before the fight begins. And then maybe just deep warding. Maybe that's one of the things we can do, you know. Once we push out the lane, just place some wards, try to find Twitch before he presses that stealth, and hopefully just be able to have him at least out of position, if not necessarily just one-shot at the beginning of the fight. You can see GP on the bottom side just completely pushing in Ornn yet again. He's most likely gonna get that turret as well. 184 farm here on the Gangplank, and Momosh being one strong pirate. Of course, he's gonna be at the very top as far as the gold goes, and 9.3 here. Yashiro quite close up there as well, but we can see Ryu being really low as far as the gold goes. Not quite ideal. 600 gold behind that Lee Sin, who did get some kills and assists. But we can see here that actually Sebek took a bit of damage as well, so he's just gonna recall, but he does have the teleport. And I still think both teams have a decent Baron, but I think it's too big of a flip to start it, so I think it's just gonna be a little bit more poking and try to take those tier 1s first.
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna just focus now on the top turret, and they're gonna get some objectives now and make some gold lead. At this moment, we are not much ahead. So hopefully, we still get a chance to win the next fight. As you said, we have to find that Twitch before the fight starts, because he can just melt everyone down with his ult. So Momoshi just AFK farming on the bottom. Maybe he's gonna try to find their objective, and maybe a kill on Ornn. I mean, Ornn is really taking it at this point, and having 2 items on GP, there's a slight possible chance to kill that Ornn.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he gets a chance to run him down a little bit, I think he can kill him. He just, you know, needs a little bit more time to do it, considering how beefy Ornn is, and currently Sebek still scaling up, getting those items with the Magic Man Boots. I feel like Magic Man Boots are a pretty big spike on Corki, even though it's a relatively cheap item. Still having the, you know, Spell Pen on those rockets that deal so much damage, especially with the double core items completed. It means that Corki can do quite a lot here, and we can see here Wolves setting up, or sitting in the bot side of the map, of course, wanting to grab that kill. Now I'm gonna just double check. I think I need to change the quality on stream just in case. Either way, as mentioned, 30 seconds for that Drake. And I'm not sure, like, do we even contest this, Cofi? What do you think? Do we just let the dragon or do we try to fight?
I think we should try to fight, not let them that ocean Drake. I mean, having it, it's, I don't know, it's not gonna be good, to be honest, really. I don't know what we're gonna do if we give them that soul for free. I mean, they're having 3 drakes now. The problem is they have to always guard the first drake. Leaving them the first drake is just giving them a chance to have the soul early on.
Sebex actually putting on some decent pressure, I would say. Lee Sin is half health. He has to smite the Raptors to heal up a little bit, and we can see Nautilus here falling quite low as well. Now Yoshiro did go into stealth, and Ornn is gonna open up. They need to see Twitch, they need to jump right onto King Sebex, try to break here. Can they kill Yoshiro here is the main question. Ornn is going in for the peel, but Yoshiro's still alive, and I feel like Ryu is gonna die here. Nautilus is still alive as well, and once again they try to kill the Twitch, but not quite a lot there. Shutdown for Momush, but at what price here? 3 people already dead. Momush trying to 1v2 here, not gonna do just that. Trying to get one more. Momush actually getting Ornn as well, but still that's not gonna be enough. If you look at the damage, Momush is literally playing alone. He's doing so much in those fights, but it's still not enough.
Yeah, like the team composition is not good. Maybe Azir would be better than this Corkin pick.
I'm not sure. I feel like Aphelios, he can't do anything. I'm not saying that Viz is doing a poor job, but it's really difficult to do much with Aphelios in these fights. You can see he still has cleanse. There's nothing to cleanse, you just die. And that's the worst thing there, because he doesn't have the utility needed. And it's just so problematic here. We can see that Ornn was on point, and Sebex just jumped to run away. They found Twitch, and we can see Twitch just one-shotting Corki, and then Ryu does not have enough damage to kill him. Meanwhile, Kakam was there to peel for the rat as well, and I mean, really well played to Momush once again. He did 1054 damage with a barrel, and he deleted the Twitch. And then after that, I really have no idea how he managed to get this kill as well, but he did a crit to get a Kakan as well, and Momush is doing his very best, but once again, it is just so difficult. We can see the Ocean Soul being brought in here as well, which is, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's completely game-changing. I feel like it's a decent soul, but considering how fast these fights go, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's really good if you reset, and I mean, the only thing that, you know, hurts us is the fact Corki doesn't really work anymore, because the whole point of Corki is to poke them down, and with the Ocean Soul, they're just gonna always be full health. So, you know, Corki's poke is really negated, but we're gonna see if we can still do anything. We need to one-shot that Twitch. He has no flash, no cleanse. So the next fight might actually be good for us.
Well, yeah, but as you said, we don't have poke now because of the Ocean Soul, which is really bad. They have a really big advantage on us. But finding Twitch and killing him is gonna lead them to the easy win in the fights. As we can see now, 2 of them are very, very low.
And Aphelios is just gonna die. He can't survive. As I said, he literally cannot play the game, and we can
It's
see
like
that
having one less summoner at this moment. Having only flash on you, and that's it. Having cleanse at this moment is nothing, because actually he's not focusing VCC. She's more like focusing Corki on, or trying to do something on GP, because she saw the last fight that he can he's able to one-shot people, so she will just move on him and try to distance him from the fight. Barney is going down. Maybe Momush is gonna find 1 kill, but at this moment he will just die, and that's it. Now it is on the half HP. It's not really a good focus at this moment. He should try to maybe focus more Akri.
Yeah, this is just unfortunate. Once again, I said we lose our AD carry early on. We just don't have the sustained damage, and without that, we can't really do all that much in fights. VC still needs a full Infinity Edge before he has impact on the game. And no, I really think that this game really wasn't ideal on pretty much almost any side of the map. We had only Momush that did get that momentum, and other than that, we got Free Farm and Sebex. But you know, Free Farm on Corki doesn't do that much when they get an Ocean Soul. So you know, all that we sacrificed on the mid lane, we just lost by giving them the objectives. And as I mentioned, nobody can really get to Twitch. Nobody can kill Twitch. Twitch is getting his cleanse, or he has his cleanse back up. He's getting that flash up as well, and Yashiro just doing whatever the hell he wants, which is a big problem for us, the Twitch doing so much work. And as I said, Corki was a first pick for us, so you know, whenever you first pick something, you expect that something to have a higher impact on the game. And sadly, this game, he just couldn't do it because, as I mentioned, unfortunate RNG. We could have had that luck of them having a Cloud Drake, and then, you know, it would be a lot more playable, especially for Corki. But with the Ocean, his full poke pressure just disappears.
Yeah, it's really RNG. You never know what you're gonna get. Maybe it could be a Molten Drake. Maybe it could be, Infernal. I don't know why, but I always call him like that. But you're gonna see now what's gonna be their prio at this moment. Are they gonna just take as many objectives as they can? Because the top is free. GP is on the top. Maybe he can try to find that objectives there. Kill the inhibitor. Destroy the inhibitor at this moment. But who knows? At this moment, nobody is going back. There's a slight chance that they're gonna just finish this game.
I mean, they're just gonna die. If GP stays top, I think they're gonna potentially we can see here the Ornult. As I said, they're just gonna die because you see the GP not being there, and he has the ult. What can he do? Maybe they can just trade one inhibitor for two here, trying to turn some damage onto Kakan as well. Not sure they can kill him. Soli is jumping right in with that Everfrost, but as we can see here, the inhibitor is gonna fall. Bottom inhibitor is gonna fall as well. Savix flashing that Q from the Nautilus, but the first Nexus Tower goes down. GP, he can stay now. He should stay now because there's no reason to recall at this point. Just stay and get the inhibitor. He does recall now, and maybe they're gonna chase down some kills. Sol is being forced to summon a flash here. Meanwhile, Voitush trying to soak up as much damage as he can. Ryu with that slow gonna connect onto Karaja here, but can he do anything else? He does ult, he does stun, but the damage is just not there. And we can see Kakan here turning as well. Ryu, he's gonna fall quite low. Twitch opening up with that spray and pray, killing one person. VZZ in trouble here. Lee Sin jumping onto him. He's gonna delete Aphelios as well. And as we can see here, Iron Wolves just playing a phenomenal game, and sadly, it does not feel like there's that much we can do about it. Twitch flashing for their damage, not killing Voitush, but still, it is a 2-for-0 trade. And Iron Wolves, sadly, after 30 minutes of this game, are gonna put this game to an end. Unless we can see here, Mumush just once again doing so much damage. And can Mumush make an epic comeback? It is the question. He can kill Kakan, that's for sure, but can he do anything more than that? Voitush is there, and Mumush taking a lot of damage before he picks up that kill. If he even does that, he flashes, but meanwhile we can see Ashiro and Sauli is hitting that Nexus as well. Mumush has to stay if he connects the barrel. Twitch is dead, but he's not gonna let him do that, and that's gonna be Nexus. That's gonna be game for Iron Wolves. That was not gonna like what it said.
It was a really tough game. It was really tough. Watching 3 games before, I don't know what to say. They tried to do something new. They couldn't pick Twitch, so they couldn't play again with their tactics, playing Twitch on the bottom with Voitush, trying to lurk, getting kills as Yoshiro does this game. They try something, but I think they maybe didn't get enough practice with this new combo.
I'm not sure. I think I really think they had issues with the AD carry selection. I feel like they couldn't find anything that's gonna run into Twitch and that's gonna be decent. And we can see that because the way Twitch works as a champion, right, is if you kill him once in lane, you can keep killing him, and if he kills you, he's just gonna keep killing you. And that's what happened. VZ made that play. He flashed onto Twitch. Twitch killed him, and at that point he was pretty much done on the bottom side of the map. We saw that Aphelios couldn't do anything into Twitch, and then when you group, Twitch has like half an item, full item ahead of you, which means you just lose fights, because if you play front to back, Aphelios cannot kill Dior, and it's just taking him too long, and he's just quite sad, as I mentioned. I honestly kind of want to see and hear from one of the players, you know, what do they see that went wrong in this game, and, you know, what was the reason behind the defeat?
I think maybe this ban on Lucian. If they didn't ban Lucian, maybe they could get him and try to kill the Twitch. Or even maybe Twitch would be open at this point, and VCC could take a Twitch and play against the Lucian. I mean, everything would be better than this Aphelios, I think. I mean, Aphelios with Cleanse, I think it was like just ED carry with only one summoner spell. So in next games, I just hope the Twitch or maybe some other AD carry, of course, but Aphelios is gonna be open and they're gonna try something different, something new. But anyhow, it was a really good game. They tried everything. Mumush was really good, to be honest. He blowed up this game. After having that second item, he just blew up, as we spoke before.
Yeah, we can see here on the replay as well. This was the moment where I feel like the game just started going south. As soon
Yeah.
as Twitch gets that solo kill, it's very difficult. And sure, the trades were there, but as I mentioned as well, Ryu here hitting that blast cone as well, killing Wojtusz, sadly shooting him into the hands of the enemy team. And it was really, really not ideal. As I mentioned, that Aphelios just so difficult to play the champion. As soon as you fall behind, as I mentioned here, Nautilus ults Twitch, just sprays and prays out of the range of Aphelios, and then you're just taking free damage and you can't actually reply to it. So I feel like there wasn't really that much to do. Corki scaling up was one win con, but getting the Ocean Soul on the other side just completely negated that. And we can see here Wojtusz with the perfect Zenith Blade predict. Honestly, just so well played, but I just feel like there was a couple mistakes and a couple of things just that were not that lucky, and that was more than enough to just completely turn the game to Aramul's favor.
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake here was first blood on Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch. And that's when everything goes down, as you said. If he maybe didn't manage to get a kill, maybe he could do something with Aphelios, but after having that first blood on Twitch, having some gold lead on Aphelios, everything just goes down. As you can see now, Yoshiro just used his ult, as you said, spray and pray, leaving no HP on Ryu. Sepix was really low. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even poke or nothing. After that, they just moved to the Drake and had the soul.
Yeah, really unfortunate once again. As you said, Mumush had an incredible game. He really did so much work on that GP, but sadly not enough. I believe here we're gonna see that one shot as well. He deleted somebody. Yep, he deleted two people actually with the 1.5 AK crits, but yeah, just so unfortunate because I still feel like, you know, the players played a pretty decent game, but at the same time, and this is something that I, you know, do talk a lot about when we cast ULTRALIGA, it's a very competitive league. There's no one team that is bad. There's no one team that can, you know, is a free win. Absolutely anybody can beat anybody, and I think that's what makes, you know, ULTRALIGA as fun as it is. We can see here Mumush completely dominating in the terms of damage dealt, but sadly we couldn't see all that much from VZZ and from Ryuzaki as well. Corki having that big number as well, being Corki, you know, and being able to apply those rockets from a pretty big range. But other than that, as mentioned, just not too much to be found. And yeah, hopefully soon we're going to get some information if we're going to see an interview, or rather if we're going to have somebody drop by and talk to us for a little bit.
Yeah, well, in ULTRALIGA, everyone plays good, as you said. But the difference is who makes the first mistake. After that, we're going to see what's going to happen. If you know how to reverse that mistake, it's going to lead you to the win. But at this moment, it was not possible. Twitch was really, really good. He was flanking all the time, trying to be as much passive as he can, and when he see the opportunity to get some kill, he just go in and do the magic.
Yeah, it was once again really sad, but I feel like we are still, if I'm not mistaken, 7-2, so, or rather 7-3.
Yep.
So I'm gonna just double check that information as well, just to make sure. And we should be towards the very top of the scoreboard. Nonetheless, yes, that's it. We're gonna be 7-3, and today, as we mentioned, we did drop a game, but we have an English interview.
Okay.
I guess we can just listen or just let that interview play until we see if we're getting anybody up. Okay, let's hear what Yoshiro has to say.
Regular split. Let me tell you, that was an amazing performance. And how do you feel after the game on Twitch?
I mean, first of all, hello, and thank you for the nice words. I mean, it feels good. Always feels too good to win, you know. Never feels bad to win. So yeah, I mean, we played a decent game. I'd say there's few things to improve on for sure, but I think overall it was pretty good.
Okay, tell me, how were you feeling before the game versus your Tenacity? How were you approaching the rival that seemed to be a lot stronger at the moment? Zero Tenacity seemed to be the second power of ULTRALIGA right now.
I mean, I don't feel that much pressure playing against anyone, I think, in ULTRALIGA. I know I just get into the zone, you know, it's a game, I have to play it out, try my best, doesn't matter who I'm facing. And overall, I feel like we are catching up. Hard to tell. Our scrims often look very different to our official games, so if we manage to transfer our good scrim games to official ones, I think we'll do more than fine. But just need to find out how to do that and what is stopping us from doing that. So yeah, I know it never feels too much pressure to play against anyone, so nothing personal to Zero Tenacity. It's just how it is for me.
Actually, I would say it's really good to hear, because I want to see confident Iron Wolves. I want you to perform well, because it's always pleasing my eye. I don't know how to say it. It's always nice to see this, first of all. But there are some matches that aren't so pleasing, and I want to ask about yesterday's match. How was it? Like, did you even feel that you can do anything against Ghost Killa? Because it just looked like you can't approach their composition.
I didn't fully review the game, so I can't comment too much in depth. I just looked at, you know, only bit by bit from my POV, because obviously we had to prepare for today's match. But early game was fine from us, I think. We just didn't play that well individually and didn't play to our team comp win conditions, I'd say. So it was just a bad game from us. Like, there's not much to comment. You know, I feel like we just messed up everything that we could have messed up. Played to the wrong win con, played team fights bad. Yes, they had the Seraphine, which was super annoying, but I think if we played like humans, it was still winnable.
And it's
So,
even
yeah.
more impressive that you can reset between days and come today here and just win this game. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Hello, Yoshiro. I just wanted to ask you
Hello.
about how did you feel coming into this game, but not like the same question like Bezzy asked. More like, didn't you feel quite confident? Because from my perspective, and because I was the only one from our casting crew who gave you a prediction before this game, didn't you feel like you are favorites in this game, kinda? Because from my perspective, at least, you always go for like kinda early mid-game style, like with your comp, and Zero Tenacity usually goes for late games, like most of the time. And at least from my perspective, it looked like if they do the same amount of mistakes like they usually do, and you just capitalize on them like you did, it should be an easy win, and it kinda was.
Yeah, I think we have pretty good early games. Even in the games we lose, I feel like our early game is usually fine, at least, or at least like good or fine. But I mean, in the pre-draft, I mean, we always go into the games thinking we can win. You know, we can play anyone, and we will. You just have to, as a pro player, if you are going into the game and thinking you have no chance, man, then it's not for you, this career, you know. And I kind of agree with you. I think we do match into them pretty well, and we were expecting their super hyper carry stuff, and we were prepared into it. Sadly, it didn't happen, and in draft somehow every Twitch counter was banned, and they didn't pick it. And they didn't pick AD in first phase as well. Then we banned even more counters, and I think when the draft ended, I was pretty happy with how the draft turned out, and I was even more confident going into the game.
And also, one more quick question from me. You've been in Polish scene for quite a long time, and you've been in a lot of the seasons. And I wanted to ask you, how would you compare this season to the like previous ones when it comes to the level? Because there's been like a lot of players who said that okay, now the level is higher than it was previously. How would you say, like, where are we right now as ULTRALIGA in terms of level?
I think when I first joined back in Pride, I think the level was really, really high back then. Like, the rogue rosters were always like few LEC play. Like, back then they weren't LEC, of course, but they made it to LEC afterwards. Like, I think Devils 1 was a super top team as well, had a lot of good players. There was also like other orgs like Illuminar, and I think the level was for sure higher back then. But comparing like especially last split to this split, I think the level improved a lot. I think there's more good teams, I'd say. Like, the bottom teams are still, you know, shaky and not that good, but there's more good teams, I think, and the level has improved.
Okay.
Okay, so looking at the ULTRALIGA standings and more good teams overall, do you feel like now, it's the final question, your spot in the playoffs of ULTRALIGA is secure going into the rematches?
I mean, you never know if anything can happen, but I feel like we have a pretty good shot. I think odds are in our favor as well. We took down Zero Tenacity at the first round, you know, who was top of the ladder currently. So already makes things easier for us going forward. But yeah, I think we have a good chance. I don't know. Hard to, like, I don't want to jinx anything, you know.
Yeah,
Anything can happen, but yeah. But I feel like we have a good chance. We have a good shot and good chances. So yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, that you're on a good track, definitely, to make playoffs once again, maybe even a better result than during the previous season of ULTRALIGA.
Let's
Wish
hope
you
so.
the best, of course. And now, if you want to shout out anyone, also in your native language, as always, go ahead.
I mean, everyone knows what's coming. The El Clasico. 07 in the chat, boys, and see you next week.
Boys, 07 Yashiro, 07 to your whole team.
Bye-bye,
We'll
guys.
catch you later after, maybe.
I don't know what this 07 means, but either way, yeah, I mean, a pretty chill interview, a pretty chill guy, I guess. And yeah, as mentioned, it was pretty unfortunate. I do believe we're not going to be having any player interviews, considering I think the players really need to, you know, not only rest, but I feel like talk about this game and really figure out what went wrong and, you know, decide how they're going to move forward going into next week as well. So yeah, I believe that was about it for today's broadcast. Cofi, I don't know if you have anything else to say or just do an outro.
I'm gonna leave you doing outro if that's okay, because I've done it yesterday. So let's give the chance for my friend Shaina to do that. But either way, winning or losing, really, we have to cheer our team for the next game. So it was a good game, tough, really a tough game. But I think the next time we will got this. So guys, thank you for watching, and Shaina, do your magic now.
Yeah, guys, you know what it is. Make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch. Make sure you follow us on our socials as well. Me and Chof are going to be streaming on Trova a little bit later, playing some League and playing some Valorant, hopefully, as well. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
But we got sticks for real. We looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no fly in the mirror. They want me to lose, but I can't. Mama, shut like a